Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Physics with Rishikesh. Today we will discuss about the Doppler effect. What is Doppler effect? When a source of sound or an observer or both are in relative motion, there is an apparent change in the frequency as heard by the observer. This phenomenon is known as Doppler effect. Now in this video we will discuss the total concept of Doppler effect in just one video. So watch the full video. If you have any problem, you can ask me in the comment section. So let's start. Doppler's effect. I have just told you that if there is a relative motion between the source and the observer, Doppler effect occurs. According to Doppler's effect, the apparent frequency as heard by the observer is given by n prime equal to n into v plus minus v0 divided by v minus plus vs. This is the basic formula of this chapter. By using this formula, we can easily calculate different mathematical problems. In this formula, n prime is the apparent frequency heard by the observer. N is the original frequency that is emitted by the source of the sound. V0 is the velocity of the observer and V is the velocity of the source, and V is the velocity of sound in air. Now the upper sign for V0 or Vs, upper sign means this plus sign or this minus sign, is used when the source is moving towards the observer or the observer is moving towards the source, and the lower sign means this negative sign and this positive sign. This lower sign is used when the source is moving away from the observer and the observer is moving away from the source. And we all know that as the V0 is the velocity of the observer, this is equal to 0 when the observer is at rest and only the source is moving, and Vs, which is the velocity of the source, is equal to 0 when the source is at still, when the observer is moving away from the source or the observer is moving towards the source. If both the observer and the source is at stationary, then we can write Vs equal to V0 or Vo equal to 0. In that case, n prime equal to n. That is, the observer will hear the original frequency of the sound emitted by the source. Again, if the observer and the source are both moving in the same direction with the same speed, that is Vs equal to V0, in that case also n prime equal to n. So I repeat, when the source is moving towards the observer or the observer is moving towards the source, we will consider the upper sign, and when the source is moving away from the observer or the observer is moving away from the source, we will consider the lower sign. Okay? And we all know that if there is no relative motion between the source and the observer, there will be no Doppler effect. This equation should be remembered. Now consider different cases. First case, the source is moving towards the observer. Towards the observer. In that case, the observer is at rest, that is Vo equal to 0, and we know the formula n prime equal to n into v plus minus v0 divided by v minus plus of vs. Now Vo equal to 0 and vs is the velocity of the source, then n prime equal to n. Since the source is moving towards the observer, we will consider the upper signs. Hence n prime equal to n into v divided by v minus vs. Now second case, the source is moving away from the observer. Source is moving away from the observer. Again, VO equal to 0. In that case, n prime equal to n into V divided by V plus Vs. Since we will consider here the lower sign, as the source is moving away from the observer. This should be remembered. Now, third case, the observer is moving towards the source. Observer is moving towards the source. As the observer is moving towards a fixed source, hence the Vs equal to 0, and moving towards, then we will consider the upper sign. So what will be the value of n prime? N prime equal to n into V plus V0 divided by V. Got it? If you have any query or questions, any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Fourth case, the observer is moving away from the source. Observer is moving away from the source. In that case, n prime equal to n into V minus V0, since we will consider the upper sign, divided by V. N prime equal to n into V minus V0 by V. Now, the fifth case, when the source and observer are moving towards each other. When source and observer are moving towards each other. Since they are moving towards each other, we will consider the upper sign. Hence, n prime equal to n into V plus V0 divided by V minus V0. And the sixth case will be the source and observer are moving away from each other. In that case, we will consider the lower sign. You know. Then n prime equal to n into V minus V0 divided by V plus Vs. Terms being usual. Now we will see what happens for crossing. Crossing means two types of crossing can be occurred. Number one, a moving sound source crosses a stationary observer, and number two, a moving observer crosses a stationary source. First, we will consider a moving sound source crosses a stationary observer. Stationary observer. Suppose you are standing on a platform. A train is coming towards the station by whistling a siren. The apparent frequency heard by you gradually increases as the train approaches the station, while the apparent frequency heard by you gradually decreases as the train leaves the station. This is a practical example of Doppler effect. Now let us see what exactly happens. The apparent frequency before crossing the station is given by n prime. This is before. This is equal to n into V minus VO, but actually the observer is stationary, so VO equal to 0 divided by V minus Vs. So n into V divided by V minus Vs. You can see the denominator is less than the numerator, so the result will increase. The apparent frequency increases, but the apparent frequency after crossing the station is given by n prime after. This is equal to n into V divided by V plus Vs. In this case, the denominator is greater than the numerator, so the apparent frequency after crossing the station decreases. So if we calculate the ratio, we get n prime before divided by n prime after, which is given by v plus vs divided by v minus vs. This is actually greater than 1. This is a positive quantity greater than 1. Therefore, the change in frequency, change in apparent frequency is given by n prime before minus of n prime after. This gives 2 into n into vs into v divided by v square minus vs square. Now if we consider vs is very less than v, then we get n prime before minus n prime after, that is actually the change in apparent frequency, which will be given by 2 into n into vs divided by v. In this condition, that vs is very much less than v. Now move on to the second part. The second case says that the moving observer crosses a stationary source. A moving observer crosses a stationary source. In this case, the apparent frequency before crossing is given by n prime before is equal to n into v plus vo divided by v, since vs equal to 0 here. The source is stationary. So you can see that the numerator is greater than v. So the apparent frequency n prime before will be greater. And the apparent frequency after crossing the stationary source is given by n prime after equal to n into v minus v0 by v, which will be less than n prime before. Now take the ratio n prime before divided by n prime after. This will give you v plus v0 divided by v minus v0 or vo, whatever you say. So what will be the change in apparent frequency? The change in apparent frequency will be given by n prime before minus of n prime after. This actually gives you 2 into n into vo divided by v. This is the change in apparent frequency. Now next case, the rotating source or a rotating observer. Suppose that a source or an observer is rotating in a circle of radius r with the angular velocity omega, that is the linear velocity will be given by v equal to r into omega. Now here also two cases arise. The first case is when the source is rotating and the observer is fixed or stationary, and the second case is the observer is rotating and the sound source is stationary. So consider the first case. When the source is rotating, suppose the source is rotating in a circular path of radius r with the angular velocity omega, and the observer is stationary here. This is observer. The linear velocity is given by vs, that is the velocity of source. When the source is moving in this direction, that is towards the observer, you can see that the source is moving towards the observer, so the apparent frequency heard by the observer will be maximum, and the maximum apparent frequency is given by n max equal to n into v divided by v minus vs, since VO is 0 here. And when the source is moving in this direction, that is when the source is moving away from the observer, the apparent frequency heard by the observer will be minimum, and the minimum apparent frequency heard by the observer is given by n minimum equal to n into V divided by V plus Vs. Since we know that when the source is moving away from the observer, we will consider the lower sign. So we can calculate the ratio, that is n max divided by n mean is given by V plus Vs divided by V minus Vs. Now consider the case when the observer is rotating. Suppose the observer is moving in a circular path of radius r with angular velocity omega. This is my observer running towards this direction, and its velocity is given by VO, and in this direction, this is my observer, it's moving along this path, along this direction, and its velocity is given by VO. And this is the source, this is the sound source emitting sound of a fixed frequency. Now see, when the observer is moving in this direction, that is towards the source, the apparent frequency heard by the observer will be maximum. This is my observer. Again I repeat, this is my observer and this is my stationary source. When the observer is moving towards the source, the apparent frequency heard by the observer will be maximum. So the maximum apparent frequency will be given by n max equal to n into V plus VO by V, since Vs equal to 0 here, the source is stationary. And when the observer is moving along this direction, that is the observer is moving away from the source, then the apparent frequency heard by the observer will be minimum, and the minimum frequency will be given by n minimum is n into V minus V0 by V. Now take the ratio, n max by n minimum is equal to V plus V0 divided by V minus V0. These are my formulae. Please note down this formulae. This will help you to solve various mathematical problems. Now let us see the transverse Doppler effect. Consider this diagram. This is my sound source which is located at A. It is moving with a velocity of Vs along AB, and this is my observer which is at a fixed point. The source is moving along the direction of AB, making an angle of theta with respect to the observer. If this is Vs, that is the velocity of the source, this will be the Vs cos theta. We know that if theta increases, the value of cos theta will decrease. When the source is at point A, the apparent frequency heard by the observer at this point, at point O, will be given by n prime equal to n into V divided by V minus Vs cos theta. Because the observer and the sound source are not situated at the same line, so the velocity of the sound source is Vs along AB, so the velocity along AO will be Vs cos theta. So we will consider the velocity of sound as Vs cos theta. Now at point C, we see that the angle between the sound source, when the sound source is at point C, the sound source and the observer is 90 degree, and we know that cos 90 degree equal to 0. So at point C, the apparent frequency heard by the observer will be given by n prime equal to n, and this is when the sound source is at point A. Move on to point B. At point B, you can see that from point A the sound source is coming towards the observer, and so the apparent frequency heard by the observer will increase, and when the sound source is moving away from the observer, the apparent frequency heard by him will decrease. So the apparent frequency when the source is at point B will be given by n double prime equal to n into V divided by V plus Vs cos theta. Last part of the concept clearing class. Suppose these are my two perpendicular roads. Two cars are moving on these perpendicular roads. The velocity of car 1 is given by V1 and that of car 2 is given by V2. And these angles are theta 1 and theta 2 respectively. Suppose car 1 blows a horn of frequency n, and the apparent frequency of the sound heard by the driver of the car 2 will be given by n prime equal to n into V plus V2 cos theta 2 divided by V minus V1 cos theta 1. This is the formula. Mind it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my class, please hit the like button, share with your friend and subscribe my channel. Thank you.